Hi Taurus, welcome to my channel. My name is Kim. So today, Taurus, I'm going to be doing a love reading. Pick your energy. This is someone on the left and this is someone else on the right, and this is the collective energy between the two of you. So right away, what I'm getting is a lot of earth, a lot of we are doing Taurus, so that makes a lot of sense, obviously. But I think there's earth in this other, the other person's chart too, because I feel like there's something, maybe these two both have to get grounded for what's about to come, to be honest. Maybe there's a lot of movement happening, but I feel kind of like these earth angels, there's this connection, I feel like, between the two of these people. And I think it's on the 3D, I think the two can feel each other. But I think it's beyond that too, obviously. But I feel there's something about this earth with the two of you guys and the animals. Do you see the animals? It's like you're made from the same family. You're built from, what do they say? You're built from the same cloth. You guys, I think, are these type of earth angels or something. To be honest, that's what I'm getting, earth angels. I know it sounds weird, but yeah, that's what I'm getting, earth angels, people who, I feel like you guys can both really connect with animals. I don't know if animals is a path that you guys want to take, or there's a path. There's something with animals with the two of you, and the fact that I feel like you guys can connect to them on a very deep level. I think you guys would make great vets, or if you worked in a shelter for animals, it would bring you some sort of peace, because I feel like there's something with animals that you guys and it's something you both have in common. Again, you're from the same family, you're from the same, maybe you're both from the same soul tribe, they say that you come to this earth to meet someone from the same soul tribe, and your soul can feel the other person's presence, the other soul's presence, and you guys come from a similar place. And I feel like that's kind of what it is. It's if you guys think you're starseeds, then you're the same type of starseed. Do you know what I'm saying? If you guys think that you had a past life together, then you probably did. Do you know what I'm saying? There's something here about family, right? And I don't mean it in a weird way, because this is a love reading, but I definitely feel this bond between the two of you, that I feel it's deeper than just this 3D right now. And it's interesting because we're getting so much 3D. I feel it's not only about earth, but it's about the connection that you two guys have on this earth. I don't think you guys feel this connection with anyone else. I think it's a unique connection between the two of you. And that's why you guys were able to kind of recognize one another, because that's what I'm getting. You guys, for some reason, you recognized one another, right? It's I don't know if it happened at the first moment you met each other, or it kind of clicked later on, but there's something that this partner and you have together. Again, a family, a soul family. You guys are from the same place. So yeah, this card speaks about kindness, simple acts of kindness. Kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you. I just think you're you're from the same family, you're from the same soul tribe, and I think your souls are very much, I think you're very sensitive, and empathic. And I think people take sensitivity and they say that's they make it negative. No, it's it's a gift, right? It's the same thing to me as empathy. It's someone who can kind of assess a situation based on other people. You know what I mean? Someone walks into a room and you can kind of assess them without them even speaking. That's what I'm saying. And once they speak, it's even clear, right? You can gauge people's presence. Again, there's this vibe that you can get. Again, and I feel like there's something with animals. You know how animals are very innocent? Animals are very we have the foxes here, so I feel like they're a little bit clever, right? It's reminding me of Finnegan Fox. I don't know if you guys have seen that channel. But yeah, it's an innocence, right? That you both have. That I feel like that's why you can recognize it in each other. You recognize it in yourselves. Maybe you didn't even know you had that, but then you met this person and you're oh, they're just like me. That's what I'm saying. It's this person's just like me. Anyway, I'm getting so much from this card and I have to keep going, but yeah, it's a really beautiful energy. Simple acts of kindness. And it's the number 5. So it's interesting that we have a 5 here, because I feel like 5s kind of mean conflict and challenge. So let's see where this goes. So Right away, what I'm getting with this side's energy, right? We're going to call this side, it's easier for me to say Bodak. So it's going to be Bodak and it's going to be the Sage, okay? You can be the feminine or the masculine and just pick. I think it's easier if I say a name because I feel like I say they a lot and people get confused. So let's just go with Bodak and Sage. So I feel like the Bodak on this side, they can't, they're being like haunted, to be honest, like this side. This side, there's something that, this could be a past energy or this could be right now in the present, but there's something that this person, they have to take a look at. They can't go forward until they take a look at it. And all they try to do is go forward. Like all they try to do is like fast forward through whatever they're feeling, right? There's something very deep that they need to heal or something very deep that they need to like come to the realization of. There's something very deep within that. I feel like it has a lot to do with healing, to be honest, but it could be anything. And I think that they keep trying to be clever and go around it, right? They keep going around the problem, going around the situation, going around the feeling. If they haven't healed like completely, then that's what it is. They're just going around something, around. And it's the problem, the issue is in the middle. And it's like you can't go from here to there. Like you cannot go from A to B without going through that. But they will not, they keep trying to go around it. So I think this person's really smart. I think their minds can kind of play tricks on them in a sense where they can kind of tell themselves they're right. I'm right. This doesn't matter. And so they actually believe that it doesn't matter, but it really does. And that's why I feel that Epona's wild daughter is coming out. Do you see how relaxed she is? She's blocking the way. Like this person cannot keep doing what they're doing. If there's a hurt, if there's something they need to address to someone, if there's some healing that needs to be done, if there's something that needs to be let go, something that needs to be dropped, do you know what I'm saying? This could be anything. They have to do it. They can't go further. This is the problem. This is the issue. And again, I think this person's very smart. I think this person very much likes stability. This could be the Taurus. Again, I'm getting both earth energies, to be honest, or a lot of earth in both of these people's chart. Earth is Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. So what I'm getting with this is that they're very clever. And sometimes Bodak could be kind of like someone who makes a mess and brings things to our attention that we don't really want to see. But with him in reverse, it just reminds me of how this person is still trying to get away from a situation, still trying, even with Bodak here, they don't want to see it. Like they don't want to think about it. It hurts them too much. And it's making me sad because I know that it's like when you have a good cry and you release some of that, you release it, right? You release it. It's so, think about it. It's like this thing within you, right? That's like it's this emotion within you, right? That's so built up. And once it's released, then you can kind of start again. But if this person never releases it, then it's just building up. And that's what it feels like, that the person will go to really great lengths to avoid a situation, to avoid a feeling, to avoid something that's really hurt them. And when something is this hurtful, it's trauma, you know, it's trauma, it's pain. And it's like, again, this person's very smart. It makes sense to not go to something that's painful, right? Human instinct is, if I put my hand on the hot stove or I put my hand in the flame, my like perception, my sensory receptors are going to feel it and I'm going to pull my hand away, right? That's the whole point of, survival. That's how we survive. So this person, this trauma is really deep for them. And I know that it's very painful, so that's why they avoid it. It's a kind of a survival thing, right? I don't want to say common sense, but I think, again, they're very logical. This person might have a lot of air, just be very smart. I think that with the Bodak, it could be two things, right? It could be, it reminds me of two things. It reminds me of them avoiding the situation, going around it and trying to be clever. But with Bodak coming up in reverse next to the fairy godmother, I feel like the fairy godmother is amplifying the energy of, okay, I'm going to kind of force you to take a look at it, and you're not going to understand like what a blessing that's going to be to your life, but I am going to assure you that it is, right? Because the fairy godmother, she grants wishes, right? She grants desires. She makes miracles happen. And with the 7, it shows me how divine, right? It's a divine thing. It's kind of like the divine intervention to help this person take a look at it, right? So even though they've been going around and around, they have to take a look at it now. And I think that the fairy godmother is kind of giving them enough strength to look at it. And I think it's actually a really beautiful thing, because I think it's going to force this person to purge. Yes, it's going to maybe take a little bit of time, but I think that once this person is able to purge, right, and get this energy kind of out, right, this pain, the trauma, right, it can bring them back to themselves, right? I think this person, again, I think they are like of this earth. They connect with everyone. They're very empathic. They're very sensitive. And I think that they have been hurt so deeply. Something has pained them in such a way that it hurts for them to take a look at it. But I think with the help of the fairy godmother, they're going to take a look at whatever this is. This could be an addiction. This could be pain, from the past, a failed relationship, a bad childhood, a lot of things, right? We all have like our shit. And this person's going to deal with it, and they're going to be given the strength with the fairy godmother to like have this miracle occur for them, where I feel like the healing can take place. And I kind of like now that the wild daughter is here, because it's like the person sees this as an opposition, right? Something that is going against them. So naturally they just kind of want to fight through it and fight against that. But I think once they stop fighting and they just let go, right, that's the whole point of the Epona's wild daughter. She's kind of smiling, but she's there at the same time to tell this person it's okay to like let everything go, right? I'm here blocking the path, not to harm you or not to cause you more pain. You have to get through this. Like this is so important. It's so vital. And I think that with the fairy godmother and Bodak in reverse, it's like this person is going to stop running around in circles and finally take a look at whatever it is that has harmed them, that has pained them for such a long time. And I think they're going to come back to who they really are. And I think, again, they're this like earth angel. That's what I'm feeling like deeply. Like they're such a sensitive like empath. That's why it's so hard for them to look at this, to be honest. Like that's why it's so hard. But I don't think they are receiving this miracle of the fairy godmother, who grants all wishes and miracles to happen. So this person's going to take a look at it, and they're going to heal. They're going to purge. And I feel like that's going to bring them right back to themselves. And this card says that if any of these animals kind of stick out to you, to kind of research them. And the foxes are... I keep looking at the foxes for some reason. There's a possum, there's a chipmunk, there's a badger, there's a deer. I think there's a cat, a butterfly, maybe even a mouse, a bunny, and birds. But what I keep looking at are the foxes, maybe because there's 2 of them. Yeah, so maybe foxes are really important to you guys, or maybe one of those animals is important and they want you to kind of research it. Oh, and I think there's a squirrel too. Oh yeah, there's a squirrel. I think there's like a robin. Yeah, there's a lot of animals there. If any of those animals like resonate with you, or like something happened when I said them, then you should look them up, because they're like significant at this time. I'm getting the foxes. So yeah, let's go to this person's energy, the sage. So I feel that the sage, it's interesting. I think that the sage has kind of done this work already, right? Because look at the difference, right? We have fairies of the future, and you can see the fairy kind of in that direction, going in that direction, looking that way. And then we have this fairy here who's looking in that direction. So it tells me like where these 2 people are at. And it's interesting because I think maybe this person looking at it, maybe this person already did the looking at. And I think they did, because they have the Glancaner in reverse. I hate this card. Sorry, I don't mean to say that. It's interesting when you get the fairy deck, they tell you to pick out like your least favorite card and the card you like the most, right? Like when you're doing the intro to the deck. And this was my least favorite card. So every time I see him, I get like freaked out. But it's just something I have to work through, right, with this card. And it's interesting, but he came up in reverse. So I really like that with the unity in reverse, because I feel like there isn't, this shows me that this person has done the work, right? Because they're looking to the future now. But at a time, they were in the same spot as this person, right? Where they had to do the work, they had to look at it. And it was, again, these people are the same. So I think it hurt this person to look at it as much as it's gonna hurt this person. So you guys should know, you're both empaths, right? I feel it, like you're both empaths, you're both very sensitive. You felt, like this, the sage's side felt pain, right? When they were experiencing this healing, when they were doing this purging. And I'm sure it took a long time, right? I'm sure it took a really long time to get through this. And I think what's kind of setting all this off is this unity in reverse, right? A breakup, right? Two people that are not seeing eye to eye, two people that separate. I think that might have been the catalyst, right? For this person to kind of have to take a look at themselves, right? And where did I play? What was my role in this situation? What did I do wrong? And what can I do better, right? So I don't have to repeat the same shit every cycle, right? Like that's what this is all about. Because, you know, we can be these earth angels, right? But we can have all this trauma from our own lives, our 3Ds, you know. You never know where you're gonna, what family you're born into, what situation you're born into, what life you're born into, right? And then you get, you know, you have to get through it basically. So I feel that this person had a lot of patterns that they were repeating, and a lot of things that might have led to this unity, you know, this couple to break up basically. And I think this is the catalyst for them taking a look at the hard things and healing and purging and doing that. Again, I'm getting like I was gonna say hermit. So I think this, you know, Virgo, I'm getting like earth energy again, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And I think that these two people are very much in tune to one another as well. And I think that this person even understands that this person is doing the work right now, or they're still like kind of doing the work, right? And again, there's this connection between the two of you. I can't explain it, but there's definitely this connection between the two of you that I think you can feel each other's energy in some weird way. And I think you might be leading by example, because you're already looking to the future, right? So I think this person has to kind of get on board, right? Because they don't want to be left behind. They're literally like your family on this earth. They're your soul tribe. So I think they could feel like the tug, right? It's like you're going this way and they're pulling this way, or they're stuck here and you kind of are like, come on. So it's interesting, because I think that even you sparking this idea in them that they can like heal from this, that they can get through it, that it's going to be okay, might lead them to kind of take a look at it. And of course, they're experiencing miracles at this time. They're getting a lot of aid and divine help to help them through this time. And just as you were helped in this time, so will they. Do you know what I'm saying? Just how you have a lot of people around you trying to help you through a situation, so do they. So again, this bond between the two of you is crazy. But yeah, with fairies of the future, this person is looking to the future. They've done the hard work. They've done all this shadow work. They've done all this crying and purging and not really I don't think they're making excuses anymore for the things they've done. I think that guilt might have to be dropped, because I feel some guilt here. I feel, you know, this unity in reverse. I kept saying, like, what role did I have to play in it? Maybe there's a lot of guilt, right? Again, these people are so sensitive. They're very empathic. So I feel like they're just, they would blame themselves basically before they blame the other person. Or maybe they blame both, like, you know, it's even, but it's like you're both culpable, but you blame yourself before you blame the other person. And I feel that this person's already getting out of that energy. They're looking to the future. I think they've forgiven themselves. They've forgiven this person, and they're looking to the future. And what's interesting with the sage, it kind of reminds me of someone who's kind of frozen in time, and then as the sun hits them, there was a movie like that, like everyone was frozen, and then as the sun hit them, they would just kind of go back to life. I don't know if it's a movie or I made that up, but yeah, it's kind of, that's what it's reminding me of. It's letting the sun in, the light rays in. You see how the sun is peeking through the canopy in the forest? It's like, maybe this is both of you, right? The sage. You're both these forest angels, these earth angels, right? And as you let go of the pain, as you let go of the hurt, as you purge, it's like you heal one another at the same time, right? I feel that this person on this side, as they look towards the future, it kind of causes this person to do the same. And as one person kind of gets out of this, it's like both of you guys have been trapped in a cycle where you need to get out of it, right? And maybe you both have been stuck in guilt or stuck in sadness and stuck in this life that, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's time to go back to who you are. You guys are these earth angels, right? And it's interesting because it's like, I feel like this is like kind of the card of you guys getting your wings back, right? Maybe as children you had these wings. Yeah, it's interesting because this is a child on the floor, yeah. It's like as a child you had these wings and then you lost them at some point. And it wasn't your fault, you know, the 3D, again, I keep wanting to say like family situations, like past situations, you know, past life situations, like all the shit that we have to deal with. I don't want to name everything, but all the things that you could possibly imagine that you probably had to have overcome, you guys are overcoming. And I feel that the stage is kind of the both of you guys getting your wings back, right? It's kind of being put back into this childhood innocence where it's okay to be the sensitive empath that you are. And it's okay that maybe both of you weren't that person at a point in your life, right? Like there's no need to feel this guilt anymore. I feel like a lot of guilt. And it's like that is a very low vibe. It's a very negative vibe, and it only keeps you both down. And I think you guys are understanding that, and I think you're both starting to, it's like you're getting your wings back. You're getting this innocence back, right? And it's great because I think that maybe one person might be doing it before the other, but I think that this person is showing this other person that they can do it too, you know? Like I overcame my vice, you can do it too. You know what I mean? I let go of my bullshit, you can let go of it too. I've been through this and you've been through that, and we've both been through a lot of bullshit, but that doesn't make us bad people. That doesn't make us like less than anybody else. Like we're still good people. We still, you know what I mean? We're still gonna try at the end of the day. And this person, I don't think this person will give up, because I feel like they see this person not giving up either. It's a very beautiful connection. Wow, Taurus. I haven't gotten like a love reading like this in like probably ever. So yeah, let's see what this person needs to kind of like work this out. Like what do they need at this point? So what's really interesting, Taurus, is that I feel so much guilt. And I was getting it with both of these people, but now I feel like it could be more this side. Again, I feel it could be both people that are, I never think that it's just one person. I think that it's two people that kind of, the way that these two people are, I think that they kind of mirror one another, right? So I feel just as this person has a vice, I feel like so did this person. And it's interesting because I feel like it's interchangeable, like this energy, right? Finding out the truth crushed me, right? This is, I think, the thing that drives this person mad, right? Whatever that this person did that made them guilty, it drives this person mad. It drives them kind of crazy. It drives them, they get insanely like maybe jealous. They get insanely hurt, they're insanely hurt, right? It's just it's a sad energy, whatever they found out that this person was doing. And that's why I feel like this person's like, I hope that you can forgive me one day. But it's interesting because I feel like because I feel with this 7 of Swords in the middle, right? It feels like there's a guilt, right, looming over both of you. This is the connective energy between the two of you. And there's this big shadow, right, behind the coyote. And it's interesting because I feel that shadow, that's what you're both kind of working through, that shadow work that you're both looking at. And I don't think that one person is more guilty than another. Yeah, I think maybe this person might have done something bad, but I think that this person might have also as well. Or this person has a vice that they also need to kind of get rid of, right? There's like vices here that have caused these people to kind of wake up, right? There's like an awakening that I feel like this person has already gone through and that this person is going through right now. And it has to do with the vices that you guys had, right? That maybe caused this union to mess up, this to break up. You know, I did something petty, then you did something petty and revert like back, and we're just being petty at this point and we're being stupid basically, right? But we don't know how to work through the shadow because we haven't done shadow work yet, right? We haven't released the pain in the past, like what's causing us to keep doing the same shit. If you're too young and you haven't released that, yeah, you know, it's not really about age, but it's about like knowing it and trying to work through it. And I feel like this person has on the right, and I feel like this person on the left, I think they have to too. Like I think this person's leading for some reason because they already have the world, which signifies completion. So yeah, this person has already done the work. This person on the side, they've done this work. This is like the shadow work, right? They've done it, right? And you see how like the sun is hitting the Bodhisattva, right? This is the Temperance card. It talks about balance. They have already balanced themselves out. They've already worked through the shit, right? And they're saying, I hope you can forgive me, but they're trying to let go of whatever guilt, whatever things they did wrong. It's not that they don't care. It's not that they're not a good person. It's that guilt doesn't help anybody, right? If you learn to work past your shadow, if you learn to work past your ego, if you learn to work past the shit that you did that you feel terrible about, that's what like awoke these two people, right? The pain from this relationship failing. That's what it feels like, right? With this union card in reverse. So the guilt that these two people felt, I feel like is extremely, like, it's a big deal. But this person is letting now the sun kind of hit them. They're not going to be held back by something they did in the past, and they're not going to suffer for it anymore. If this person, I don't think if this person can't forgive them, right? It's like, I hope you can forgive me. But they're not expecting this person to kind of like be with them maybe, right? They're just like, I hope you can find forgiveness in your heart to forgive me for whatever I did. And like, I'm moving forward to the future, right? Like if you're still living in this, I cannot help you. I like, you know, it sounds like this person has really tried to like show how sorry they were, and like, you know what I mean? Like, I think they've worked through whatever they did. They worked through their shadow, basically. This is a big deal for this person, and I'm going to say congratulations to this person. I feel like everyone's going to be against this person because it's like, oh, this is the person that messed up. But honestly, not necessarily, because I feel like this person has work to do, and there's something on this person's back as well, right? I always think like there's a monkey on my back. There's a monkey on my back. That's what I'm getting. And it's like where this person had their vice, this person has a vice as well. I feel like it could be addiction for this person because we have the 3 of Cups, right? And I'm getting kind of this like, I'm getting this, it could be like drinking excessively, right? We have a lot of water here. We have a lot of cups here. It could be like connections that I feel like don't really serve them in like a high way, but they're connected to people for like no reason. That's what it kind of feels like with 3 people. It just feels like there's too many people in this picture, right? So I feel like it could be looked at as that way, like this person also has this vice, right? What else I'm seeing is like this person has to kind of learn to let whatever happened in the past happen, right? And understand that like that fruit can be born from this failure, basically, right? Like what's coming from this failure, what's coming from this pain is actually something very beautiful, right? And it's this new opportunity to do things differently for both people. I don't think it's like, oh, one person did all the bad shit and this person didn't do anything. I think it's both people that are working through shadows, right? Let's not compare like one person's shadow to another. That's really petty, right? We all have a shadow. We all have egos. We all have work that we have to do. Yeah, some people might mess up more grandly than others, but I don't think that, I think pointing the finger, that's what I feel like. I feel like someone's pointing the finger and they're like, oh, and this person's vice is way worse than mine. Like, I don't think that that's right to say. I think that a vice is a vice, a shadow is a shadow, ego is an ego, and it's very simple to just point a finger. I think both people have to kind of just work through their own shit, right? That's the best thing you can do for someone else, working through your own vices. And this person has done it. We have the 10, we have the world, completion, and the balance. They're looking forward to the sun. They're not this person anymore that did something up in the past. They don't want to be labeled as that anymore. And it's like, if this person can forgive them, then, you know, I'm sure that they probably would want to be with this person. But if this person couldn't forgive them, then I think they're going to move forward anyway, right? There's a new opportunity for both of these people. And I think it has to do with the guilt, right? Like letting go of the guilt, letting go of the shadow. Both of you guys doing shadow work to let go of this. So you can like obtain your wings again, right? I feel like you're both kind of supposed to go back and get your wings, right? I feel like you lost it in childhood at some point. There's something that happened to both of you that was like very traumatic, and you lost that, right? And it's like you're gonna reclaim it back. And I feel like both people are gonna do it, right? Because we have the miracles, right? We have the fairy godmother here, and then we have another 10. So again, completion of a cycle. Maybe both of these people are completing the cycle, right? Both of these people at the same time. For some reason, I feel like maybe this person might have to do I feel like this person's ahead for some reason, but I don't necessarily think this person is like that behind, right? Like, I don't know if they're just starting. I think they might be at the end of it as well, right? And the good thing about the 3 of Cups is you can look at it as kind of like a celebration, right? So if the person's vice isn't like an addiction or in like kind of pointing a finger or blaming, right? If that's not the vice, right? Again, if both of these people have worked through their shadows, then I think what this is saying is that at the end of the cycle, there will be happiness, there will be celebration, there will be like a victory, right? In some sort of way, because we have this ace that's been given by the divine to both of these people, right? Is it with each other? It's very dependent on like what each people want, right? But these 2 people were put in each other's path to basically reclaim their wings, you know, to come back to who they really were. This is who they both really are. I don't know how far like both of these people have gone from who they are, but this is who they are, right? They're like earth angels. And again, the family life trauma situations from the past can make people change, but I think they're going back to who they really are. And I think the new opportunity is claiming the wings, right? Claiming the wings. And I think letting go of the guilt, if you haven't done that already, is like the first step to this. Forgiveness, healing, you know, purging, crying, letting it go, so that you can go back into the sun. You can be like who you were meant to always be. So yeah, Taurus, this is a deep read. I love you guys so much. I hope this reading resonates, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.